The Phillies take 2 out of 3 from the Reds behind a dominant complete game from Zack Wheeler as him along with Kyle Schwarber are heading to the All-Star game while names like Christopher Sanchez, Ranger Suarez, and Trey Turner get snubbed from the All-Star game roster. I'll give my thoughts on that as well as the Phillies regain control of first place in the National League East. I'm Coy Camiscioli, Phillies Sports Talk here. I got a lot to break down for you as the Phillies have a good series against the Reds. Again, back in first place. All-Star game coming up. We just have one more week until the halfway mark, even though we've already played more than half the games so far this season. But the All-Star game is coming up, and the Phillies have a busy week in store for them. So they win the rubber match yesterday 3-1, and Zack Wheeler made one mistake all day, and it came off a home run from Austin Hayes. Of course, of all the names, it comes from Austin Hayes. It was only the only blemish of the day. Unbelievable stat line for him. StatCast said this home run would not have gotten out at 16 ballparks. So Wheeler was really one pitch away from a perfect game. So it was a cool moment to see the fans get behind Wheeler, chanting his name as he was going for the complete game. And honestly, it was one of the more dominant outings I've seen in a long time. Seriously, I mean, he was just that close to the perfect game, which we do not see very often. And it's so funny that it was Austin Hayes of all people. So Wheeler's final stat line, he goes 9 shutty, 1 hit, 1 run, 12 strikeouts, no walks. Unbelievable day from Zack Wheeler. Seriously, get my hats off to him. And we have to start talking about is this the year he finally wins that Cy Young? Because I think there's a very legitimate shot at it right now. The current odds as of now are favoring Paul Skeens to win it, which I mean it's not ridiculous to say that. Skeens right now is 4-7 with a 2.03 ERA in 111 innings, 115 strikeouts. In my opinion, I think Zack Wheeler should be the favorite. I think team record should not be like the end all be all here, but it does play a part. Like Wheeler 8-3, Skeens 4-7. Listen, I know Skeens he hasn't had a win in his last 14 starts, and he's been unbelievable. I know his offense is horrible, but Zack Wheeler, I just think the numbers are too close for it to go to Skeens when I think Wheeler should get it. Like as of now, a lot of season left. Wheeler is 8-3 with a 2.27 ERA in 107 innings, so 4 less innings, but he has 21 more strikeouts with 136. So that's why I believe as of now, it should go to Zack Wheeler. Again, there's a lot of season left. Who knows? Some blowout starts for either one of those guys could turn things around. But right now, those are the two favorites as of now, and I think it's going to be one of those two. I don't think either of these two players are going to slow down. They've just both been electric on the mound this year. So again, Skeens, another problem here. Skeens definitely carries the popularity in this Cy Young contest. Obviously, all the hype around him coming out of college, out of LSU, Livy Dunn, all that bull crap too. It makes sense as to why that Skeens has the popularity. Meanwhile, Zack Wheeler's an established vet. He's been doing this. It's not anything new, so we know what he's going to do. So I just hope it doesn't come down to sympathy as well with the fact that Paul Skeens' offense is so awful. Because, again, I really do think this is Zack Wheeler's award if the season were to end today. But, again, it's not ending today. There's a lot of time left. We'll have to see what happens. Also, another one of the things that I play and factor with it, Zack Wheeler has been one of the most clutch and nails pitchers we've seen in big-time games, in postseason moments. Again, I know this is a regular season award, but this is a guy that's just been there and done that, and he's just been so consistent. He's one of the best pitchers of this decade, and it's really not even close. So, again, I think as of now it should be Zack Wheeler. The betting odds don't have it as of now, but they're not far off. And I'd say if I were in a winner-take-all game, I'd like my chances with Zack Wheeler on the bump. I really do. We'll stick with the pitching and talk about Ranger Suarez and Christopher Sanchez missing the All-Star game. Ranger Suarez, I can kind of understand this. He missed the first 5 to 6 weeks of the season, and he's only thrown 77 innings, but his ERA is 1.99, which is, whenever you're in the ones, that is unbelievable. So I think he honestly should be there, but I can kind of get behind the fact that he doesn't have enough innings thrown. It makes sense a little bit. And a lot of people are bashing the legend pick all-star of Clayton Kershaw because he hasn't done much of anything this year, besides racking up more accolades in the strikeout department. But that one kind of makes sense. The Christopher Sanchez one to me does not make much sense. because I just don't think there's really any excuse at all. He's 100.2 innings thrown and is a 2.68 ERA. I could see him even getting in over guys like Mackenzie Gore, even though he's racked up a lot of strikeouts, or some other players as well. So, listen, the Rangers Suarez, I think, is a little reasonable. I don't see much of a reason for Christopher Sanchez. But listen, the end goal here is not All-Star game. It's to win a championship, and it's not the end-all be-all here. So the crazy one to me, this one is wild. Trey Turner should absolutely be in the All-Star game. That is unbelievable, and he shouldn't even be a reserve. He should be the starting shortstop for the National League. Turner currently leads the National League in hits this year. He's hitting over 300. He has an OPS of over 800, and he has 22 stolen bases and already surpassed his WAR total from all of last year. I don't even think it's close. He should be playing over Lindor, the starting shortstop. And at the very minimum, he should have been a reserve. This is wild to me. The only stat that Francisco Lindor has over Trey Turner is home runs. He has just 6 more of those as of now. So it's really, again, it is not close to me. Trey Turner has been by far the better player, in my opinion. Listen, again, Francisco Lindor has had some more homers this year, but I just don't understand this. I don't know how he wasn't a reserve. I don't know how he's not starting. This is honestly, it's blasphemy, truly. And I kind of feel bad for Trey Turner because he deserves to be there. But it is what it is, I guess. Francisco Lindor, it's a popular name in New York market, but Trey Turner, man, that one, that's the worst of all the snubs. And honestly, I think that's the worst snub of the entire All-Star game. I think he should be starting, but it's crazy, wild to me. So at least Kyle Schwarber got in, and he definitely deserves it with a one or a .922 OPS with 27 home runs already. So again, him and Kyle Schwarber, or him and Zack Wheeler, will represent the Phillies in All-Star Weekend. But back to talking about the series a little bit. Bryson Stott, he came up clutch with a 2-run home run in the rubber match in the 8th inning to give Zack Wheeler that cushion. Who knows where that game would have gone if he does not come up clutch with that home run. Situational hitting was a struggle. Team goes 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. That is a problem. But again, they won the series. I'll never discredit a team for winning. But the Phillies also weren't exactly seeing the greatest arms in this game. You know, guys with the 8 ERA, the 6 ERA, a 4 ERA from the Cincinnati Reds. But again, I'm not going to discredit them. They won the game. That's all that matters. But that's just going to need to improve down the line. But you have games where that happens. It's baseball. It's a long season. So Game 2 of the series was won off a couple of big swings from Schwarber and Sosa, a couple 2-run shots by both of them. But the bullpen as well was also nails. They shut it down 4 shutout innings without allowing a walk. So great stuff from the back end of the bullpen. The whole bullpen, and Schwarber and Sosa in that game. And Game 1 was kind of spoiled by Jesus Luzardo because the bats were hot in Game 1, and Luzardo was just not. He really struggled, which has become a little bit of a concern. But nothing that I'm honestly too worried about because you already have Wheeler, Sanchez, and Ranger moving down the line. So that's 3 guys that are really good. That's more than what most teams have. So you're just banking on Luzardo and maybe Nola at some point to get going. But if they can, then it's the best rotation potentially in baseball. If we can get those 2 guys going, you still gotta have a little bit of faith. So a bad start from Luzardo, but again, there's some bigger problems here. The Phillies also need to get Bryce Harper going as he has been cold coming off the injury list, which is expected at times, but he's been striking out a lot. He struck out 4 times in Game 2, going hitless. Struck out twice yesterday, going hitless with an 0 for 3 stat line and a walk. He had a couple hits in the series opener against the Reds, but before that, it was not very good either. So Phillies need to find a way to get him going. Again, that's kind of as coming off the injury list for a good amount of time. It's kind of as expected, but I want to see that flare from him again. I'm hoping to see that flare back from Bryce Harper soon, as the Phillies could use it going down the second half of the season, hopefully lighting it up in the postseason. But we'll see what happens. So he misses the All-Star game too, but again, he didn't deserve to. That's not a snub, but it's all right. So the Phillies' upcoming schedule, it's a West Coast trip. They'll take on San Fran for 3 and San Diego for 3. So 6 tough games before the All-Star break, and then finally rest. But it's not an easy 6 games, and this could really give us a good cushion going down the line in first place of the division, or we could lose it real fast. But a lot of season left still to play. Phillies could really set the tone, though, going into the All-Star break with a couple of series here. But that's going to do it. Again, first Phillies podcast so far this year. I got to get more out there. I know. So, series recap of the Giants coming around Wednesday or Thursday. I'll keep you guys tuned. Thank you for listening.